So today I have a photo shoot going on in a little bit, so I got ready and I'm just gonna sit here and film me getting ready for a shoot and kind of what I do and how that all looks, so you can see me going from a super average regular schmegular lady into hopefully less average. Yeah, so but seriously, I do not have any skill. I am not a makeup artist, but this is what I do to get ready for photo shoots. So there you have it. If you want to watch this at all, have any interest, keep on watching. If you don't, well, I can't stop you. Click off this video. Essentially, I went off and I did my brows and I put an insane amount of foundation on my face. So that's all you missed. Yeah, I try and keep it kind of sheer over the cheek so it's a little bit, looks a little more natural, even though it is not natural whatsoever. And that's all you missed. So today the shoot is going to be very like beachy themed, so like summer dress, things like that. So I just left my hair natural. It's just drying from the shower. Yeah, so the day before a photo shoot, what I always do is I always chug tons of water, like an insane amount. I don't drink the night before a photo shoot because it can really mess with your skin and it can just make everything look like make you look bloated and your skin doesn't look as nice. So water, and then in the morning before a shoot I always smother my face in moisturizer. Especially like under my eyes and anywhere that you tend to get creasy. So I did that. And yeah, now it's time for some highlighter. Let's turn this face into a whole different face. I take just something that's kind of a little bit closer to my skin tone. I know this is still really light for me, but something kind of like natural finish for every day. And then I'll go in with a lighter color that's a little bit more pigmented, more full coverage on top of that. So yes. So what I do is when I do my makeup, I try and make my nose look skinnier. So what I do is I just put a whole lot of concealer on. Also, I don't really use sponges or like brushes to do this. Sometimes I do, but honestly, you got hands. Why would you buy a brush, right? I don't know. I just always just use my hands for everything because, well, I don't really care. And I find it looks more natural. I'm sure some expert's gonna be like, some like actual makeup artist is gonna be like, you use your hands? But whatever works, right? Okay, so then this is kind of weird, but I always, when I do shoots, find that your face looks better if you have some kind of light up here as well. So I just take the excess and I just kind of dab it on like so. And then I will blend this out so it's a little bit less crazy looking. But yeah, so then I just put a ton of concealer on and then I just take away and then put it here and some on my chin. I'm a mess, you can't take me anywhere. Yeah, and then I just bring the color in here, like on the side of my nose, so it kind of cuts my nose on the sides. And, okay. Any more? Yeah. So again, I'm just trying to make my nose into a different nose at the moment. Yeah, I just literally, I don't know, I'm kind of messy with it and I'm using my fingers so everything's gonna blend anyway. So a little bit of precise and a little bit of don't care. So okay. So I don't know if you can see in the camera, but what that's gonna do is, see that kind of line of concealer? I'm gonna blend that out a little bit later, but it's just gonna make sure that my nose looks more straight in the end. I actually broke this side of my nose. Well, I broke my nose a couple of times. This side is a little bit like, and so I use concealer to make it look, you know? Anyways, so. And then I just try and make sure everything is like kind of sort of blended. And then I go in with an actual brush afterwards. And then I drag this color that's up here and I just kind of drag it down here. So I put a ton under the eyes and then I just make little tiny corrections everywhere else until I'm happy. Okay, so still blending. Oh, you didn't miss anything. So yeah, so I just take my time with my finger and that works for me. So then you can take any concealer that's like more high coverage. So this one is really like, it's like lightweight, and so it gives you more of like a natural finish or whatever. And then I take a really high coverage, really light concealer to even like change the shape of my face even more. And then I blend it all out and make it look natural later. Just trying not to sneeze here. I'm gonna ruin all my hard work. Yeah, so I really like the e.l.f. concealer, is really fine. I use a lot of drugstore products. Like I find they work just as good as the high-end ones, in fact. I also really like the Magic Star concealer. I think that one works really well too. I just, whatever works. So again, what I do is I just fine tune, if that makes sense. So I just have them on my hand and then I literally just like put them where they need to go. And I'm going to show you on one side the difference. So I already have the natural finish concealer. It's a little closer to my foundation shade. And then I'm going to just fine tune. Bam, 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 bam. And if you look like a crazy person, don't worry. I will blend it later. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the difference between this side and this side. I'm gonna go in with bronzer and make it look natural later and whatever. But so see how my cheekbones look more. So that's what we're going for. So I'm gonna do the other side and my chin, my chinny chin chin. So I just noticed that in like Photoshop and stuff, like it just always ends up being more flattering if the light, it's as if it's hitting you here, here, and here, and it makes your face look more. So I try and mimic that with my makeup essentially, because I got a real round face. So if you have a similar face shape, that might be great. If you have, you know, you're born with actual cheekbones, this may not be helpful to you at all. But I have a very round face, and so I try and, you know, work with the apples of my cheeks that I have and try and make it look like I actually have cheekbones, which I do not. Okay, so, oh my god, I feel like I've been blending forever, which I have. Okay, so without any product, this is meant for dry product. I don't really care. I'm not gonna put any powder in my face. I'm gonna blend first. So what I do is I just go bum, 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 bum. And all I'm doing is I'm just blending the product in a little bit more. So it's already pretty blended, but I don't really look too closely or pay much attention, so this will actually blend it up a little bit more. This is just, I will run this to the end, okay? I'm not about to buy another one when there's still like about a week or two left of product in here, okay? So I don't understand how some people, they just keep buying new stuff and they never hit the pan, you know? Like, I will wear stuff until it is falling apart and then I will buy a new one. So I'm just taking, this has just a little bit of coverage in it. Oh my god, it's like empty, but anyways. And then I take a darker color and just set the outside of my face. And then I set my neck. Yeah, I don't really want any makeup to wear off or anything, and I want this to look like it's my real face, even though it is absolutely a lie. Okay. Okay, and then what I do is I take a lighter color. This is just the same thing, but a lighter color, or you can use like anything that's a light color, really. I prefer to use something with like the tiniest bit of coverage, so I'm going to do that. And make really weird faces to get under my eye. And so again, I put the lighter color, like under forehead right here, and then chin. So everywhere that I put the lighter color. Okay. So then, this is like, if I want to get ready, that's what I do. But for photo shoot, I also take, oh God, some setting powder. This is a banger if you've never tried it. It is just flour powder, Beauty Bakery. Oh, such a good powder. I love it. I love everything that they have, honestly. Okay. Yeah, my makeup collection is a little bit like, a little bit, I didn't really want to pay a lot for this, and a little bit bougie. Couple bougie items. And now that it looks like then I'm good with powder. So I just do this because my under eyes get incredibly creasy. I don't know why. I have huge eyes, like they're huge. Like they're like, so because of that, like, I don't know if that makes a difference, but excuse me, I was talking. So because of that, I just get really creasy under eyes. But that's all good. Okay, so now that I look like a ghost, I go in, do my eyes, the rest of my face, and then I go in after to wipe off the powder. So I'm going to do that. So this, if you have different shaped eyes than me, you should probably not do this, but I have like very deep set eyes, like I'm like essentially Voldemort, and so I have really deep set eyes and very, not my hands, so anyways, okay, deep set eyes. I just literally put this everywhere, and I just kind of like and I don't really care because I have a trick to blend it later. And then I take a darker color, and actually I lied. I'm gonna go in with this. This is just like a bronzer color or like a medium brown color. Literally just any. People always tell you have to have all these expensive palettes, and you don't. Just any like tan brown color works. Okay, those are even. Not really, that's fine. I swear I have a trick later. Okay, so then what I do is I just like we're done. I just stamp a color like right here, and then what I do is I just deepen the crease, and I try not to go everywhere. I take like it doesn't really matter what brush you use, the label's like scraped off of this one, but you just take like a smaller bristle, a smaller brush, and then you just like literally like just go and get that all up in your crease. To see like two colors, and it already looks like way different. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Literally just, and we're done. Some deep ass creases. So I find that this looks like glam but natural. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, in photos this ends up looking some real natural. I love that men always say that they prefer natural makeup, and they don't. Like, you know, the Kardashians, for instance, like they're the queens of natural makeup, and they're, you know, they're beautiful ladies, but they're wearing tons. And boys are like, oh, like, I love the natural look. Well, you do realize that that took somebody an hour to do that natural look. And then when you show up to work without any makeup on at all, they go, you look really sick today. Are you okay? Thank you, thank you. I am just ugly without makeup, thank you. Do not let anybody con you into buying like those $20 mink lashes from Sephora. You can get, like, this is 5 cents, like 5 cents Canadian for this whole thing. I just go on Amazon and I just get cheap stuff and I deliver it from China. So it looks the same and I haven't had anyone complain. Okay, I can't talk while I do this, otherwise it's gonna be a hot mess, so be right back. Alright, so that took a year. Yeah, the first one went on actually pretty well, and then the second one, it did take me 2 tries. So these ones kind of, they poke your eye a little bit more, but you can get them on Amazon for 5 cents for 1, 2, 3, 4, for 10 lashes for 5 cents. Sephora who? Okay, so now this is like pretty heavy on the top line, so nope, that's a lip liner. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of even out the top and the bottom. And so notice how, even though this is like a lot of makeup and a lot of effort, when the lashes are on, it still looks natural. Like it does. It's like, oh, like a light eye look. Even though this is a little crazy. So I am gonna just, so what I do is I just put like, I just really lightly drag it along my lash line. And then I'm just gonna take a shiny color, literally any shiny color. Oh, too much. Too much, too much. And then I believe I can find. I have no idea where that went. Well, I guess this one can work as well. And I'm just gonna take a shiny color. Okay, so now that I look like a ghost, I am going to try to not look like a ghost. Let me see if I have. All right. So I have a very round face, so excuse me. I have a round face. What I do is I go and I just kind of like follow this line, and I just put like a tiny amount of product, and I just very gently, you're not trying to like sculpt with hard edges, you're trying to like zhuzh it into a different shape. So let me just even this out. So just focusing the color here, and then boom, 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 boom. Okay, and then, so what I do is I sculpt and then I bronze, if that makes any sense. So sculpting is like you are changing, not changing the shape of your face, but you're trying to accentuate the good and kind of minimize what you want to minimize. So just blending my 5 head. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like blending this around, and same thing as the highlight. So highlight is trying to like bring things to the light, and this is trying to kind of minimize and tone down whatever. So, or just kind of like, that's not a good way to explain it, just kind of add shadows so it makes your face look like a nicer face. And you know, my self-esteem is fine, but I can really use all the help I can get in that department. So I just do like very slight amounts. So like, see, it's not super, super dark. And then you can just always add more later. Okay, so this this sheds everywhere. It's terrible, don't buy it. But I bought it, so I'm obviously gonna still use it. I'm sure somebody hates me for that comment. But anyways, I literally just I can't just like buy another brush for blush and bronzer when I have one that works. It just sheds everywhere. So anyway, so where I put like a kind of cool toned brown is like right here, and then I'm putting the bronzer, like focusing it right up there. So it'll kind of marry in with my blush a little bit better. Okay, and almost done. So what I do is I just take that kind of cool tone color, and then I just ever so slightly just take it down like the line of my eyebrow, and then like focus it right here, just to make it, my nose look so little and skinny. Okay, so see how my nose looks a little bit more I don't know if that's a sound effect, but she looks a little more this way than what? So here's what she's looking like. So now I'm going to take just some blush. It can be literally whatever color. Blush is always the first thing that fades. So it's the first thing that fades always when you are on a set or whatever. So if you look like one of those, not a Raggedy Ann doll, but like you look like you just have way too much on and like it looks like a disgusting amount of blush, that's good. Because by the time you get on set, it's gonna fade, and it's just gonna fade into nothing. So if I put on a ridiculous amount and it fades a little bit, then at least it looks somewhat regular. Okay, so I just have just a little brush, and I'm literally just going into, I just use my eyeshadow palettes for everything, like my blush, my contour, everything. I just use eyeshadow palettes because why would you buy more stuff that's the same, you know? I never understood. So I have very oily skin. So what I do is I use a lot of mattifying products. And then in photo shoots, if you have oily skin, when you like smile, it looks oily everywhere. So what I do is I just put like the tiniest bit of highlighter right here, literally just to kind of make it look a little bit more lifelike. And so when I'm turned to the side, it's like, ooh, those cheekbones though. But I try and keep this all like very, very matte. So this is just the Jeffree Star liquid lip. Love him or hate him, he does make some pretty good lipsticks, I gotta say. And I have very thin lips, like they're like like this is me. So I always try and use like a liquid lipstick or a liner to really accentuate the edge, so it's like, and it makes everything look more voluptuous than it is. So I'm just gonna do this. Oh, I was gonna say bear with me for a second, but I fucked it. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so I have alright, so that's what it looks like at the end. Let me just make sure my head is not getting cut off here. Much better. So yeah, that is the final look. It's a lot of makeup, it's very exaggerated. My eyebrows are way darker than they are on a regular day. But when you get the pictures back, this such a dark color really looks like a neutral. Like everything is gonna look natural when you get your pictures back. So this is what I do to get ready for a photo shoot, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So thank you so much, and see you on the next one. Bye!